Hi, happy Kali Pujo. Although everybody is more happier to be wished and to wish happy Diwali, but I'll stick to happy Kali Pujo because of my obvious desire to resist the Hindification or the Hindiization of India. Why do we have to wish everyone by the monolithic nationalistic structure of a country? Why cannot we wish people in terms of their little local provinces? So that's why, as I have already mentioned in my previous YouTube videos, that suddenly we haven't realized since when Kali Pujo has become Diwali, Happy Kali Pujo has become Happy Diwali, and also one more thing, that happy Dol Purnima uh, has also become transfigured into another Hindiized festival. So, as a Bengali, as a resident or citizen of West Bengal, I think it's very important that we protect, resist, and celebrate our local culture and develop a counter narrative against the monolithification or the nationalization. Let's not have something called global. Let's not have something called local. Let's call something global. But then when you say that, I received a phone call having watched my YouTube video on Kali Puja and Diwali, and then the friend of mine was saying, "What's wrong with celebrating Happy Diwali instead of Happy Kali Puja?" Oh, so I said that there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. The wrong is with the concept of salad and soup bowl. We think India to be a soup bowl in which all the ingredients, all the ingredients we put in there, they become mixed up and part of one another. They end up affecting one another. But it is a salad bowl. India is a salad bowl because we throw in Bihari, we throw in Jharkhandi, we throw in Bengali, we throw in Marwari, we throw in Rajasthani, Rajput, Keralaites, Tamil, Kashmiri, and they become mixed up in such a way that no one influences the other and everyone retains their own identity. So that is not a soup bowl, unfortunately, that is a salad bowl. So the whole wrong with calling Happy Diwali is that it's a pretense. It's a fascist pretense that egg days, egg festival. No, it doesn't have to be that way. Egg days can have multiple festivals. We can celebrate pluralities. In fact, democracy is based not on celebration of egg days, egg ration, egg days, egg other, egg days, egg festival, but democracy is based on egg days and Bohu festival, egg days and many festivals, egg days and many rituals, egg days and multiple cultures. Okay, so let's try to be more of a soup bowl and less of a salad bowl. But meanwhile, I'm not going into soup bowl and salad bowl because today is Happy Kali Pujo, or as most of my friends are more happier to say Happy Diwali. So when we say Happy Kali Pujo, it's Happy Kali Pujo. So when we say Happy Diwali, we little become more happier. So let's celebrate Happy Kali Puja and happier Diwali. Okay, and on this happier Diwali, Salman Khan is releasing a movie. Okay, Salman Khan is releasing a movie, and I would be showing you a clip or a trailer of a movie that Salman Khan is going to release on 26th of November. Meanwhile, let's watch.
पहले बोलना सीख।
तू सिखा दे।
स्पेशल चाय बोलते हैं उसको।
आज से हमारी बंद।
आधी रोटी खाएंगे लेकिन मेहनत की खाएंगे।
मैं आधी नहीं खाऊंगा, मैं पूरी थाली खाऊंगा, वो भी स्वीट डिश के साथ। आपने महाभारत पढ़ी?
पढ़ी नहीं लेकिन टीवी पे देखी।
महाभारत का हीरो कौन था? कृष्ण था।
Okay, and then we have a character. We'll come back to Salman Khan later. Then we have a character in this trailer. I think the trailer is, the name of the movie is Antim. Antim, the final truth. Yes, the official name of the movie is Antim, the final truth. Now, then we have a character. We'll come back to Salman Khan little later. We have a character who is saying that no, feke hue roti मैं नहीं खाऊंगी, because what we will eat, I'll eat the full dish with sweet dish. Okay, so I have already explained that, and I'm really worried. I'm worried because of two reasons. I'm worried because of the first reason is this, that the concept of masculinity is becoming very popular. This concept of masculinity is very popular, and many of my students and other scholars, they're asking me, sir, is it or Rajat, is it an example of toxic masculinity? I don't agree. I don't think so, because masculinity is already toxic. So there is no need to call toxic masculinity. Masculinity in itself is toxic. Masculinity in itself is extraordinarily toxic. What else do you need to give it an adjective to it, which is already in itself toxic? So there is nothing called toxic masculinity, right? Masculinity in itself is extremely toxic, and when we talk about toxic masculinity, we have to understand that there is also something called toxic femininity. Okay, which I will probably shoot a YouTube video for my next lecture, toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. But meanwhile, the character is saying, I would not eat the half dish, I will eat the full dish, and I will have the full dish and with some sweets and desserts too. So this is something that I call the men's sense of entitlement. You know, my identity is unfortunately dependent on how much and how far I can exert my entitlement. Right? I am a man, I want this, I'll have this. Okay, here he is talking about lunch or dinner. If I want that lunch, I will have that lunch. And whoever will come in the way, I'll fight and be violent. And be as much violent that I have to be, but I will have my way. It's my way or highway. That's what masculinity is primarily basically about.
इसका मतलब हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे।
रवि, दिमाग से खेलेंगे। जिस दिन ये सरदारती हटेगी, सब्जी फटेगी।
Okay, जिस दिन सरदार की हटेगी सबकी फटेगी. So which obviously implies violence. So physical violence is very important. Why is it important? Because it will ensure that I will have my entitlement. So as I have explained it, please understand this very carefully. If I want this, for example, if I want a cat behind me, and someone comes in the way, I'll kill or smash him, because no one can come in the way. And same applies for the other party also. So violence will be the solution to that sense of men's rights entitlement. So patriarchy has already told men that it's your sense of entitlement that will give masculinity its identity. So if you get it, you get it. If you get the girl that you love, fine, you'll be romantic. If you get the food that you want, be foodie. If you get the house that you want, fine, then you become capitalist. But if you do not get the girl that you want, if you do not get the car that you want, if you do not get the food that you want, if you do not get the job that you want, if you do not get whatever that you want, that you fantasize, then you can become violent, and that violence then would be glamorized. Now, I have already explained why men go violent. Now I will be explaining Bollywood, how Bollywood or popular culture for that matter glamorizes violence. So this glamorization of violence goes into the making of this manhood, of this mardangi, of this masculinity, be it toxic or be it non-toxic. And what makes this glamorization possible? Okay, one thing, there are many things that make this glamorization of violence possible, but what makes this glamorization of violence primarily possible is the presence of bike. Yes, you hear me okay, is the presence of bike. If you have a bike, Royal Enfield, or say Royal Enfield, or say Harley Davidson or Apache, if you have the bike and you can ride the bike, okay, then it makes this glamorization of violence extremely possible. Okay, and I think bike is one of the many important apparatuses which makes this glamorization of violence in popular culture beautifully possible, right? There are other things like gun, which is also glamorized, bike, which is also glamorized, and the guns, bullets, bikes. These are the apparatuses, particularly guns and bikes. These are the particular, and also roses. Because if I get the thing that I want after having fought violently, then I will be very happy. So roses. So guns, roses, and bikes. These are the patriarchal apparatuses through which this glamorization of violence becomes possible. And what does this glamorization of violence do? Glamorization of violence gives masculinity its gendered identity, its gendered ontology. Okay.
इसका मरे हुए का अंगूठा भी अंगूठा ही होता है। इनको ऐसा लग रहा है कि ईद कर रहे हैं, लेकिन कला तो बाजी है। मेरी भी पैदाइश महाराष्ट्र की ही है, लेकिन मैं तेरी तरह गुंडा नहीं बना, मैं बना गुंडे का बाप।
Okay, मैं महाराष्ट्र की पैदाइश हूँ. So the mainstream culture is the culture of Maharashtra, and that's why Kali Pujo has become Diwali. That's why Bijoya Dashami has become Dasera, or Dol Purnima becomes Happy Holi, because every part of India has become Maharashtra. So what is Maharashtra? Maharashtra has become the aspired culture, the aspired Hindu culture, the aspired Hindi culture, okay, of the entire nation. So much like all the alien attacks happen in New York City, all the kind of alien attacks happen in Philadelphia or Chicago or say, California, Minnesota, Utah. Okay, it has to happen somewhere in United States of America. Similarly, whatever happens in India must happen in Maharashtra, in Mumbai. So because Mumbai is not a city, Mumbai is aspired culture. Okay, so whatever would happen in Mumbai, we will aspire to. And this is exactly the reason, something that I began my video with. This is exactly why it used to be Dol Purnima in West Bengal, but it no longer remains Dol Purnima. It has become Happy Holi. So Dol Purnima becomes Happy Holi. So Happy Dol Purnima becomes Happier Holi. So Happy Bijaya Dashami becomes Happier Dasera. Okay. Similarly, today's thing, Happy Kali Pujo has become Happier Diwali. Wow, Happy Diwali, Happier Diwali. Okay. It is so true, so true. Salman Khan is saying इस दुनिया में कुछ नहीं टिकता सिवाय प्लास्टिक के, right? And then the male antagonist says, so फिर समझना मैं प्लास्टिक हूँ. That means nothing lasts in this world other than plastic, okay? And then the someone else whom he is fighting says that, then understand that I am that plastic. I happen to be that plastic as well. Okay, so I will last. The two things are very interesting. I really do think that masculinity is a plastic. And the second thing, why do I think masculinity is a plastic? Because a plastic gets never destroyed. Plastic never ever gets destroyed. You can plant a plastic thousands feet underneath, and it will remain the same exactly 500 million years after. So plastic never ever gets destroyed. Similarly, very similarly, masculinity never ever gets destroyed, and that's why we keep seeing shoot out at Lokhandwala, shoot out at Varala, shoot out at Vatavalla, and then we are having this Ahan Shetty thing, something that I shot my previous YouTube video on, Ahan Shetty and Tara Sutaria movie. And then we are having these Salman Khan movies like Tere Naam, where he is very upset because he doesn't get the girl, because his masculine sense of entitlement is heart. পুরুষরা যেটা চায় সেটা পায়, আর যেটা পায় না সেটা দুভাবে নেগোশিয়েট করে. Either they become violent, like Tum Hi Aana, or like Antim, or like the Ahan Shetty Antara Sutaria movie, and another thing, they become depressed, sad, like Devdas, or Tere Naam, Humne Liya Ye Jeevan Bhar Ka Sara. So that Anglo-mance takes over in popular culture. So we will continue studying, deconstructing popular culture through Antim. Okay. Okay, so Salman Khan takes his shirt off. Okay, so everybody is very upset because women are showing too much skin, because women's body cannot go uninvestigated. But somehow patriarchy would convince you that men's body can happily go uninvestigated. Because why can men's body go uninvestigated? Because men are gas. Because men are gas. Men don't exist. Men don't exist. Men are gas. And sir, why do you think men are gas? And because men can go out in COVID without protection, without vaccination. So corona cannot reside in gas. Men can ride bike without helmet, and still nothing would happen to men, because men are gas. Men can jump from 500-story building and still survive, because men are gas. Like in the movie Kurban, and Saif Ali Khan got shot 10,000 bullets in his back and still saved Kareena Kapoor, because men are gas. So no matter if you shoot men's body 10,000 bullets, men will not die. Men will jump from top building, men will not die. Men will ride bike without helmet, men will not die. Men will chew gutka and do drugs, still survive. And men will become violent and do all those sorts of things in their body. Men will go out. In fact, I would say, চা খেতে আমরা একটু যাব না. So men are public place. So private is gendered almost feminine, and public is gendered masculine. So men will go out. It is their sphere. And what's important, men will pee in public. Nobody would see them, because men are invisible gender. I'll say this again, men are absolutely invisible gender, and women are visible gender, right? So in this wonderful invisibility of gender, men's body can go uninvestigated. And so Salman Khan continuously keeps ripping his shirt off, keeps taking his shirt off. It's fine. It's fine. But if Sunny Leone does that, let's have moral policing on. If say Katrina Kaif does that, let's have moral policing on. If someone else does that, and another actress, I mean, men can go outside naked. Okay, men can go outside naked. Nobody would mind it because of three things: men are gas, men are invisible gender, and the three things: men body. It is patriarchy has taught us that men's body should be allowed to pass continuously uninvestigated. And it is the female body which should never pass uninvestigated. Always scrutinize female body. But men's body should always be allowed to pass uninvestigated because they are invisible gender and men are gas. যদি গ্যাস নাই হতো তাহলে তো 200 তলা থেকে ঝাঁপ দেওয়ার পরে পা ভেঙে যেত। ভাঙে কি? ভাঙে না। যদি গ্যাস না হতো তাহলে তো করোনার সময় বেরোলে করোনা হতো। হচ্ছে কি? হয় না। তাহলে যদি নাই হতো তাহলে বিনা হেলমেটে বাইক চালালে তো অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়ে মারা যাওয়ার ভয় থাকতো। ভয় কি পায় পুরুষরা? পায় না। কেন পুরুষরা ভয় পাবে? তারা তো গ্যাসীয় বস্তু, তাদের বডি তো নেই, ইনভিজিবল জেন্ডার। সেজন্য সালমান খান, when Salman Khan takes his shirt off, we don't mind. But when someone in the adult film industry takes his shirt off, or when someone shows her cleavage, or when a woman shows her body, then there is such a hue and cry. Then, everybody is worried because patriarchy has taught that women's body should never go uninvestigated and men's body must always pass uninvestigated. This is patriarchal, asymptomatically patriarchal. Anyway.
तू जानता है क्या? अपन पुणे का नया भाई। तू पुणे का नया भाई है। मैं पहले से हिंदुस्तान का भाई हूँ। मैंने कहा था ना कि जिस दिन सरदार की हटेगी सबकी फटेगी। आज इस सरदार की हट गई।
Okay, I will wrap up this video with one of my favorite poems with one of my favorite poets. The Men Are Weeping in the Gym by Andrew Macmillan. The men are weeping in the gym, using the handrail to cover their souls. Their hearts have grown too big for their chests. So men are crying in the gym because their body has become too big, so big that shirt gets ripped off. Salman Khan. Their chests have grown too big for their shirts. Remember what happened in the trailer Antim? Salman took his shirt off because his chest has gone too big for the shirt. They dress like kids who have forgotten their game kits. They are crying in the toilet. And men cry in the toilet. No, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. So men never cry. Oops. Even if men cry, men will cry in toilet because nobody must see men crying. They are wringing their faces like sweat towels in the sink. Their veins are about to burst their backs. While working out in gym, while taking those gym fees, their veins have become so big that the blood could almost burst through their veins. But they think they are very happy. And they are flooding out themselves onto the tiles. They have turned water into protein shakes. They don't drink water. They consume protein shakes. Because that would give them the body, the 6 packs, the 8 packs, the 10 packs. They have got too close to the glass and now they are lying They are lying, almost they are lying in the broken pools of their own faces, in the lines of them, at the decline praise of biceps curl, the biceps curls. So men do not have body. The most body of most men have become chicken shops and mutton shops. Okay, so whenever I see men working in gym, I could almost see moving chicken shops and shifting mutton shops in gym. So a gym fee is not a gym fee. Is gym fee is a celebration of masculinity, uh, which looks like a chicken shop, which looks like a mutton shop. বেশিরভাগ পুরুষকে দেখলে মনে হয় চলমান মটন শপ, চলমান চিকেন শপ, and that they feel nothing when the muscle steers itself from itself. Even when the muscle is getting torn, they are still happy. Even when their body is hurting and aching, they are still happy because they are conforming to a body shape that TV has given them to, that popular culture has given them to. It's very much similar to critiquing women when they say sajna hai mujhe sajna ke liye. So it's like gym jana hai mujhe sajni ke liye. And that they don't hear the thousands of tiny fractures needed to build their stronger. And what men cannot hear the sounds of aches and pains of their own body, because they have become insensitive to their own body. They have become insensitive to the suffering of their own body. All they know that they have to develop 2 packs, 4 packs, 5 packs, 6 packs, abs, and all those. Right? And dance in front of Shiva, dance in front of Ganesha with those 6 packs and 10 packs. And very interestingly, Shivas and Ganeshas who have only family pack. So their gods and goddesses have family packs. So clearly they are not getting the message that their gods and goddesses whom they are worshipping is sending out to them. So on this happy note of Kali Puja, I am wishing everyone happier Diwali, because Kali Puja is happy Kali Puja and Diwali is happier Diwali. So happy Kali Puja and happier Diwali to all. Thank you. See you very, very soon.